let's try this again. Can we or can we not get a full game in today? Find out soon enough as Alliance takes on Carrollton in a pivotal EBC clash on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
And there's another one. It's back to back. Jags for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point. And it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Good afternoon from Alliance High School. It is time for some EBC baseball as the defending champs take on the conference hopefuls, the Carrollton Warriors. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live on SmeeSports. Our last broadcast before the Easter holiday, per tradition throughout my broadcasting career, Holy Thursday through Easter Sunday, so the Triduum plus actual Easter. We do not do any broadcasting or media. We might have some posts uploaded on the Instagram page, but otherwise we take a few days off. So before we lock in with our faith, we will look at what will probably be one of the most obscure doubleheaders, so to say, in this league season. Yesterday, we got to the bottom of the sixth inning, 8-7 Carrollton, and then darkness. 2 down. We will pick that up potentially. The potentially slash asterisk comes in after this game. If we complete this game and there is enough daylight, we will complete the contest from last night. If not, it might just take a trip out to Carrollton to get this game completed and the doubleheader at the same time. It'll be an interesting couple of weeks to see what happens, but all that can really change tonight. If we can simply get through this game, we will be on the right track to getting things done. But Carrollton, as we bring down the brightness just a little bit too bright out here, they will see a first pitch, and we are underway. First pitch at 4:58. That pitch is in there. 1-1 now the count. A good start to the game for D'Lo on the bump for the Aviators. It is Isaac Husted, the shortstop, in the box, batting first. And he will pop that one, and it will go out of play. So now 1-2 the count. But Carrollton, a good start to the season for them. 5-2, discounting yesterday's result. Their only losses against really good teams in Glen Oak and Chardon. And even in a team like Chardon, they split with the Hilltoppers, and they are one of the better teams in the area for baseball. Chopped over towards second base. Iki picks it up, and the throw to one is in time for out number 1. 1 up, 1 down to begin the game for Carrollton's offense. Now Broadwater will step in the box for the Warriors. But looking at this game for Alliance, the most interesting move out of all of them, Hendershot behind the dish. It is Cohen Hendershot, the freshman, taking after his siblings Cheyenne and Tasha, playing the men's equivalent of softball in baseball. 0-1 the count on Broadwater, who will also be the starting pitcher today for the Warriors. The 0-1 will miss 1-1. As for the Aviators, 6-2 on the year. They lost their last 2 games against Lake Center Christian and Canton Central, 2 very good sides. Carrollton yesterday, that would have been a good get-right for them. But as we've stated, the game never finished. Reese crossed the diamond. The throw is in time. Great range over at third from Reese. 2 up, 2 down. And now Hunter Allison, the first baseman for the Warriors, steps in. But going back to the Aviator defense, it's D'Angelo Fisk on the bump, Hendershot behind the dish, Val Fisk at first, Iki at second, Davis at short, Reese at third, and from left to right in the outfield, Ben Craig, Brady White, and Cam Burton. First pitch is in there, 0-1 the count on Allison. A very good start from the Aviators defensively, and given their offense lately, this is a good way to propel them into a good run of form at the sticks. The last time we saw Alliance, it was a very snowy and cold evening in Akron at Skeels Field. That game will be completed at a later date. The Aviators scoring the last 16 runs against St. V's across 2 innings. Sky to right side. Fisk will point it out. And it will be caught, retiring the side. Alliance coming out with a vengeance to open up the ball game. Middle of 1 in A-Town. 0-0 your score. The Aviators looking to put some runs on the board when we return. This is OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. Bottom of the first inning at Alliance High School. The Aviators looking to jump out to an early lead, but Carrollton's defense, which has been on point this year, will look to slow them down. This is OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. The Aviators saw 3 Warriors step in the batter's box, all of which went right back to their dugout. But now this is an opportunity to turn that defense into offense, starting with the center fielder, Brady White. White on the year batting .348 with 5 RBIs and 4 extra base hits. First pitch will bounce in and behind the catcher, James. 1-0 the count on Brady White. White has been a model of consistency for the Aviators for a long time now. Their long-standing center fielder, he and Michael Blackwell, 2 players who held down their positions for the longest time. But Blackwell, with an aggravated Achilles injury, he will be out for the rest of the season. They say 4 to 6 weeks, but it would take a lot for him to make it back. Maybe if they find themselves in regionals, Blackwell would be able to be back in action. And it's a lead-off single for Brady White. Split second and short, and the Aviators have the first hit of the afternoon. And now D'Lo steps in. Fisk so far in the year batting .256 RBIs, 1 double, and 4 stolen bags. But a very good start from the Aviators. 2-out count, a hitter's count, and Brady White takes full advantage. Bunt shown and blocked by James. 1-0 the count, and this block by James, a little bit less picturesque than the one in the 2016 finals. Broadwater so far 3 balls and 1 strike thrown in this frame. Bunt shown, beautiful on the left side. Broadwater gets there, and the throw will be there in time. But the bunt does its job. Fisk will move White into scoring position, and now up steps Bo Davis. Davis, .391 on the year, 7 RBIs. He has home run power. He has ground rule double power. Maybe the most powerful bat in this entire lineup. And he has a chance to move White along, or even better for the Aviators, bring him home. First pitch just missing upstairs from Broadwater. 1-0 the count. Davis, the only Aviator making an all PBR team for Ohio, as he was a Division III honorable mention. Count sits at 1-1 as he fouls that one away. Foul contact, a great way to keep yourself in an at-bat. We saw a few on Monday in the Holy Name CVCA game where 4 or 5 foul balls later, you still had a battle. Here's the 1-1. And it will miss. 2-1 on Davis. Getting a first pitch strike is huge for Carrollton. And to date, I do not think they have gotten one out of 3 attempts. What a good lead at second. The pitch from Broadwater, and it is low. 3 balls, 1 strike on Davis. And it is Valentino Fisk awaiting in the on-deck circle. The Aviators in a very good spot to make amends for last night. Broadwater fires the 3-1, and they call strike 2 on Davis. Count sits full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A good get right from Broadwater, but he definitely needs this one as well. A big payoff pitch upcoming to Davis, and it will back him out. Davis draws the walk, 2 runners on, 1 down, and up steps Valentino Fisk. Fisk, another powerful bat in this Aviator lineup. 333 on the year, 9 RBIs, and 2 doubles. Plenty of power in the bat of Valentino Fisk. First pitch strike, Broadwater the first of its kind, 0-1 the count. But that is exactly what he needed, a good statement pitch to open up an at-bat. Fisk battling from behind, still a good opportunity to bring in a run. That might help, but it goes to short, and they do get the lead runner at third for out number 2. But Valentino Fisk will reach on the fielder's choice. A good cut from Val, but a good stop by Houston over at short. And that was the right play, picking out the Muskingum football commit over at third for the out. And now up steps Lincoln Reese. We saw him uncork on a baseball at St. V's. That was a redemption swing for him. A few struggles at the plate, but after that, he was able to really catch his stride in that game. 0-1 the count on the tip. But Lincoln batting .250 on the campaign, 2 extra base hits, 3 RBIs, and 3 stolen bases. 2 runners on, 2 down. And that pitch will miss low, 1-1 the count. A good take from Reese. If he is able to get on, it will go to the second baseman, Charlie Ike. The pitch, well upstairs, 2-1. For Carrollton next inning, James, Hahn, and Whitmore due up the middle of the order. Still a chance for Alliance to strike first. The pitch, fouled away by Reese. Count even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Picking his pitch is going to be a huge thing here, but at the same time, even count down to his final strike, his pickiness has to be brought down a few notches. And on the 2-2, he takes strike 3. A beautiful delivery from Broadwater, and that will retire the side. Strikeout number 1 on the afternoon for either side. And the Aviators, after putting 2 on the base path, can't find any runs. End of 1 in Alliance. Good defense so far. Still a lot of baseball left to go. 0-0, your score. 4, 5, and 6 due up for Carrollton as we enter the top of the second inning. 0-0 your score in this EBC clash between Alliance and Carrollton. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live on SmeeSports if you are just joining us. First pitch is popped up right side. It will go. And the play will be made for out number 1. A simple pop-up from James, and that will send him back to the dugout as Cooper Hahn, the designated hitter, steps in. But Cooper Hahn, East District first team last year, along with an EBC honorable mention. The pitch will miss low, 1-0 the count. So far, only 2 base runners in the game, and they belong to the Aviators. And a good get right from D'Angelo Fisk evens up the count, 1 ball, 1 strike. A lot of competitive at-bats so far. The only walk of the game had a full count attached to it. On the 1-1, it will get a slight launch off of the dish. 2-1 the count. I don't think I've ever seen a baseball do that on the descent. It may clip the plate, yes, but to sky up the way that one did, an interesting ricochet. Here's the 2-1, and it is hard hit left side and foul. A good cut from Hahn, but count is now evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Straightening this one out is paramount for Hahn. Fisk looking for his first punch out of the afternoon. He will fire. Chopped left side, scooped up by Davis, and the throw is, I'm going to say, not in time. So good hustle down the line as it will skip past, and that will be the first base runner of the game for Carrollton.
Now batting number 7, Jake Whitmore.
So now Whitmore will step in, the third baseman, committed to Muskegum to play football. But Alliance looking to make up for the error. A beautiful crank into left center field. This one has a chance to fall, but Brady White will cut it off in left center for out number 2. Excellent hustle from Brady White. I mentioned him back last inning, a model of consistency for the Aviator baseball program, and once again he proves why.
6, Nevin Woods.
And now Nevin Woods, the second baseman, steps in. Still a runner at first, but 2 down now in the top of the second frame. Alliance looking to get out of the inning. No more questions asked. That throwback from Fisk to the other Fisk is not in time. For Alliance next inning, they will bring up Iki Craig and Cohen Hendershot. Popped up right side. It could be playable. It will go into foul territory, and Val Fisk makes the play, retiring the side. A simple pop-up, but a big catch over by Fisk, and that will retire the side. Before we go to break, it looks like the pitcher has been called over for the Aviators. And it appears just something about his mechanics. So we will flip to the home half of the second inning. 0-0 your score. Alliance looking to get on the board first when we return. Welcome back to Alliance High School for the home half of the second inning. It is Charlie Iki, Ben Craig, and Cohen Hendershot due up this frame for Alliance. So it is the 6, 7, and 8 hitters Going back to last inning, a leadoff single from Brady White and a walk from Bo Davis did the damage. And it will be another leadoff single. Iki blasts it up the gut. It's Groundhog Day for the Aviators. A picture-perfect replica of Brady White's single. Maybe just a little bit more power this time around. And now Ben Craig will step in, the all-state swimmer for the Aviators. And he will look to help provide the offense another spark. Alliance, so far this year, their runs come in bunches. A good bunt from Craig down the left side, and the throw will be in time. They say he got the tag down, and Carrollton will come up with the double play. We will watch back the tag at first. That is where this whole sequence started. It was a great bunt by Craig. I will give him that. But I think somehow in some way, we will see. I don't know if the reestablishment was there in time. They said he came back down on the bag. From our angle, it is very tough to tell. It could have gone either way. But Carrollton, a great double play. And now Hendershot steps in. Base is cleared. 0-1 the count on the freshman as he cuts and misses. Cohen called it up in the absence of Michael Blackwell. And you might be saying, okay, why in the absence of a shortstop is a catcher called up? Davis, he was the man picked to move over to short. Bo Davis, I believe this is the fourth game now that he has not caught. I think you have to go back to the St. V's game to see the last time that he did. Here's the 1-1, and it will miss above the letters. 2-1 on Hendershot. But a very interesting contest so far in the early stages. Now 3-1, good patience by Hendershot. And these first couple at-bats will be big for Cohen. He is not expected to do anything crazy with these cuts, but to get the experience at the varsity level this young, that is what you want to see. Yes, it's a strike, but getting that contact, that is what you want to see for the future. As a freshman, can he time up these pitches? Can he compete against the EBC's best? If the answer is yes, you have yourself a standout for the next couple of years. And a good bit of power hit into right center field. And the play is made. McClellan calls it off, and the side is retired. In unconventional fashion, the Aviators go in order. A double play on a bunt, beautifully executed by Carrollton. And the fly out to right field seals the 1-2-3 inning. 2 innings in the books at Alliance High School. No damage done. This is Alliance versus Carrollton baseball on SmeeSports. Bottom 2, then back to the top of the order we go. Carrollton back at the sticks for the top of the third inning. 0-0 your score on SmeeSports. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening. First pitch of the frame will run up. 1-0 the count on Swearingen. Here's Swearingen, Brandon Marshall, and Isaac Husted due up this inning. Now 2-0 as that pitch bounces on in. Carrollton's dugout there starting to get a little bit loud on the far side. They need to bring some advantage. No home field. You're on the road. You have to be a little bit rowdy from your dugout. 2-1 now the count. And on the year entering play tonight, Carrollton 3-2 on the road. So they have been able to win those tight games away from the Field of Dreams. 3-1 now the count as the break misses from D'Lo. It is Marshall awaiting in the on-deck circle for the Warriors. A big 3-1 pitch upcoming from Fisk. And it is low. Ball 4. And the leadoff man is aboard for Carrollton. Exactly what the visitors needed to start the frame. And now Marshall steps in, the left fielder looking to move his center fielder along the base path. And the right fielder, McClellan, he is being hit for by the designated hitter, Hahn. Bunt shown, small ball wins the day. They throw down to 2. The tag is not in time. First stolen bag of the afternoon belongs to Swearigan. The throw was good from Hendershot, just a little bit too much in front of the bag. When Davis got the ball, he had to take an extra move. Without that extra move, out by a mile. With that extra move, safe. Good play as well by Swearigan. He dove for the back corner of the bag, and that made a world of difference. 1-1 now the count on Marshall. But as we've seen so far, a runner gets on, and it's bunting time. A good lead over at second base. A very rich one from Swearigan. Davis, he will go back to the bag and cover. No throwback. Chop left side. No one home at short. Reese will charge, and there is no play at first. It's an infield single for Marshall. The go-ahead run, or really the first run of the game for Carrollton, now stands 90 feet away. And that was a nice little chop from Marshall. Davis, he was covering over at second base. That gave a lot of room for a hit on the left side. Reese, he was over at third, hugging the line. That was the right place for him to be, but that opened up a big gap, and the corners will creep. Reese doing more of a crash than Fisk. Hit right side, and it will be caught in right, and the play at the plate is not in time. It's a sac fly for Isaac Husted, and Carrollton strikes first. A good use of a fly out from the Warriors, and they are able to push a run across. And given that both sides were able to tag up, you have a run now standing at third base once again. You already have a 1-0 lead, but you have a chance with a simple single to make it 2-0. First pitch strike, 0-1 the count on Broadwater. Broadwater, a ground out to Reese, his first time up. 1-0 Carrollton, your score in the top of the third. The pitch. Chopped up the gut. This will make it 2-0. Davis, the throw to 1 is just in time. A good play by Davis, but still the run will cross. Carrollton takes what they want from the frame. 2-0 your score.
Now batting number 27, Hunter Allison.
Exactly what the doctor ordered for the Warriors. They had base runners on early. They used small ball, and they made something happen. Alliance, they will look to replicate that in the home half of the inning. First pitch will skip past Hendershot. 1-0 the count on Hunter Allison. A pop out his last time up. But once again, looking at Alliance, they will have Burton, White, and Fisk due up in the home half of the frame. 1 ball, the pitch. And it will be a hard 90 for Hunter Allison. So with 2 down, we will have a runner on first for the visitors, and up steps Landon James, the catcher.
Batting number 2, Landon James.
Landon James, a 4-year starter, first team East District last season, and to top it all off, he is committed to the Division II program in Painesville of Lake Erie College. As of right now, the only baseball commit on the squad. You also have a Muskegum football commit in Whitmore, but it looks like Broadwater, who visited Wittenberg or will be visiting them soon, he will be the next to commit for baseball. Reese, the chuck across the diamond is bobbled by Fisk. James is safe, and that will put runners at the corners with 2 down. And now the Olay chants break out from Carrollton's dugout.
Now batting number 26, Cooper Hahn.
With runners at the corners, Hahn steps in, and I would not be surprised to see James take second here, especially with 2 down. At worst, he tries and gets into a rundown, bring home a 3rd run, and already a good cushion for the Warriors. Alliance, they need a third out before any more damage can be done. Fisk will fire, cranked into center field. White gets there and makes the catch on a line to retire the side. Brady White once again steps up for the Aviators, but not before 2-run score via small ball. Carrollton thinking small and producing in large fashion. Middle of 3 in A-Town. 2-0 Carrollton on top on SmeeSports. Alliance looking to respond after allowing 2 runs in the top of the 3rd inning. As we head to the home half of the frame, 2-0 Carrollton, your score. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon, live on SmeeSports. Looking forward to next week. We'll have a whole host of Aviator games. Starting next Monday, we have a schedule change. We will be doing the softball game as Alliance takes on United. Then on Tuesday and Wednesday, we will be doing both legs of the Alliance and West Branch game. 0-1 the count on Burton to begin the new frame. I think the word we're looking for is anyway. 0-1 the count as the umpire, to his credit, defends himself. Once again, umpires, officials, underpaid. They don't really get praise. They just get negativity. If he felt something was said, credit to him. More the power. 1-1 strike. Now the count's on Burton. Broadwater sets and fires, and it is in there. Now 1-2 on Burton. A good start to this at-bat from Broadwater on the mound. He is looking for what would be the second strikeout of the game for either side. A host of shakes before agreeance. And time will be called by the umpire behind the dish. Count still 1-2 strikes. The pitch. Crank left side and foul. Too much carry from Burton. A good cut, but it hugs the line a little bit too much to its left. Count remains 1-2 strikes. Burton looking to straighten out a rocket. And he will foul that one away. A good battle in the box by the McKinley transfer. After Burton, we go back to the top of the order with Brady White. Count's still the same, 1-2 strikes. Broadwater sets and fires. And it will just miss. A good miss from Broadwater. But now the count is even, 2-2 strikes. Alliance looking to get their leadoff man aboard for the 3rd straight inning. Still the same counter, now 2-2. Here's the pitch from Broadwater. Chopped up the gut, a good charge at short, and the throw to one is in time. 1 up, 1 down as Husted records the putout. And now Brady White will step in for the Aviators. 1 for 1 on the day with a leadoff single back in the bottom of the 1st. Alliance definitely would benefit from Brady White running it back. As I mentioned last time, he was up. A great campaign for him at the sticks so far. 348, 5 RBIs. Now with that hit, he will surpass the 350 mark. 0-1 the count as Broadwater, to his credit, has done a nice job gathering himself and is now throwing more first pitch strikes. Here's the 0-1. Make it 0-2. 2 good shoves from Broadwater. White down in the count, looking to protect. Broadwater looking for strikeout number 2. Won't get it there as he misses too low. A good take from White. It was one of those pitches that you could tell was a ball, but is an intriguing spot of, I could give this one a ride, but if he were to swing, most likely he would have missed. Here's the 1-2. Chopped right side, and it will break foul. At the last second, it will cut right, and Brady White gets bailed out. Brady White, I mean, how much more lucky could you get than that? A ground out to to first, pretty much cemented. But that last second break, it gives him a second life. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broadwater looking to win the at-bat. He will fire. Ground ball left side, and that second life gives him a 1-out single. How about that for Brady White? A lucky foul, and now he remains perfect on the day. 2 for 2, and up steps D'Angelo Fisk. A bunt his last time up, and he was recorded for out number 1 at first. But a chance for redemption here. He could bunt, but with 2 down, then if he would be retired because of that, it might be tough to bring in White. 0-1 the count, and he shows no signs of bunt. It is Bo Davis in the on-deck circle, so if there would be anyone on this roster who would be able to bring in White, it would be Bo. And time has been called on the mound. No balls, 1 strike. And Broadwater will throw back, and that will put White in a rundown. White, he will make his way back to first, cut back to second, and that is interference in the base path, and they will call him out. I would say that is as clear as day interference. Wow. So now 2 down. I get there's a right in the base path. I get that. As it appears we missed a play, but I don't know how that was not interference. Right in the lane. But either way, base is cleared. 2 down. 0-1 the count. Now 1-1. But that was an interesting sequence, to say the least. Now 1-2 as Fisk unable to connect. For Carrollton, next frame, it's Whitmore, Woods, and Swearingen due up. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Broadwater to get out of the inning. Misses well upstairs. Count now even, 2 balls, 2 strikes. A good take from D'Lo, trying to find his pitch. Broadwater looking to simply get out of the inning. No more questions asked. Pops up shallow into center field, and it will be caught by Swearingen to retire the side. Good communication in the outfield by Carrollton. And Alliance, after getting a 1-out single, will be retired, on paper at least, in order. 3 innings complete in Alliance. 2-0 Carrollton, your score on SmeeSports. Whitmore, Woods, and Swearingen do up this frame for Carrollton. Top of the fourth inning, 2-0, the Warriors on top. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this afternoon live on SmeeSports. A good battle so far. Carrollton able to force 2 runs across in the top of the third. Small ball has been king today, and we will see if that continues. First pitch of the frame is popped up near side. Hendershot calls it off, and he will have it go in the glove and out. 0-1 the count. A tough one there, glaring into the sun. He will look to regather, and that is not a gimme play by any means. Usually at pop-up we say gimme play, but from behind the dish, to track it down, first of all, get your body underneath it second, and third, look directly into the sun and still track the ball down. It's a very complicated play, even though it doesn't seem like it would be. Here's the 0-1. Cranked into right center field. A good amount of height on it, and White will cut it off from center field for out number 1. Yet another put out from Brady White. His second time putting away Whitmore in this ball game, and that is his 4th put out of the afternoon. He put away Broadwater, Whitmore twice, and Cooper Hahn, the designated hitter. Nevin Woods now stepping in for Carrollton. A pop-up in his one and only at-bat. First pitch, he will hit down the left side. Reese keeps it in fair territory, hucks it across, and Fisk, his stretch is not in time. Fisk unable to get there, and it will be an infield single for Nevin Woods. An excellent throw from Reese. He did all he could. That is about as far of a throw as you can have. Just unfortunately, it died at the end. And Carrollton with 1 down, they will have a man on base. And up steps Braden Swearingen, the center fielder. If you are the Warriors, this is your time to add on some insurance. 2-0 the score. This is an opportunity to add on to that lead. Swing and a miss. 0-1 the count on Swearingen. A good low offering from D'Angelo Fisk. He has to be careful on the mound with those offerings. If it gets low and skips past, or as we've seen not only once but now twice this season, hits the plate, then we might have some chaos on the base path. The slide offering is fouled away by Swearingen. Now 0-2. But Fisk, it looks like he is going to live in the lower parts of the zone. Not a bad idea if he wants to get some hard ground contact, but at the same time a good golf swing, and it could be a gapper. Here's the 0-2. Runner breaks. It is blocked by Hendershot, and in standing at second base with a stolen bag is Nevin Woods. Same thing that happened last time, just Swearingen was over at second base, not Woods. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position for Carrollton. Fisk looking for out number 2. Hard hit ball to the left side, and it is a coaching fielding error over at the third base side by Coach Connolly. Coach Connolly in his 7th year at Carrollton, 68-54 record, 132-111 overall in his 12-year coaching career. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Fisk sets and fires. Hit right side. Fisk will pick it up and take it himself to first for out number 2. But Woods 90 feet closer to scoring. He now stands at third.
Now batting number 25, Brandon Marshall.
And now all eyes turn to Brandon Marshall, 1 for 1 on the day. And with a base hit here, Carrollton would find another insurance run. 2-0 the score, top 4, 2 down. And Alliance looking for out number 3, no more questions asked. That has been a common theme. A lot of questions so far in this contest, as you would expect given yesterday, but still so many more yet to be answered. Ball 1 to Marshall as he takes one upstairs. He has all the time in the world. He just needs to find his pitch and give it a ride. Not there either. 2-0 as Fisk will miss low, but a good block by Hendershot behind the dish. Putting in a freshman catcher, definitely a tough spot for him to be in. But if he is able to grow in this spot, he can become an elite talent. And a good breaking ball from Fisk, make it 2-1. You look back to last year's Final Four in Division III, Padua, a firm catcher in Yuri Belina. He gets injured against Baden. They put in a freshman catcher who, yes, had been good on the base path, as that is a hard 90 for Marshall. But going back to that situation, that is when the game blew open for Baden. They were able to score a few more runs and ended up knocking out the Bruins in the semifinals. But I believe that catcher is the starter this year for the Bruins. A very interesting campaign for Padua so far. We will see them on May 12th and May 13th as they take on Holy Name. Time has been called. Fisk, he will go and talk to the umpire in the field. Runners at the corners, 2 down, and I wouldn't be surprised to see a stealing attempt here from the Warriors. Why not be aggressive? A couple of good throws so far from Hendershot, but even if he does throw down, you will see the runner at third take off, and now they have him in a rundown. Now we will see when he breaks. He is still hanging on at third. And now he will go back to first. I think they might try and argue balk, and I think they argue balk and win. In that case, 3-0 your score, and that will be the case. Somehow, in some way, I don't even think last year we saw a balk run. In the span of 2 broadcasts in a row, we have seen 2. We will have a conference here to talk about it. But if the call stands, Carrollton, they have their 3rd run and they complete their mission. Definitely a tough call. I mention it every time we talk about a balk. If you ask a pitcher to define it, get a lawn chair, get your popcorn, you will be in that conversation for a very long time. But all signs are indicating that it will be 3-0 Carrollton, a runner at first, 2 down. But now the question is, are they going to reverse it? Because Woods, he is still standing in between third and home. He has not gone back to the dugout. Yes, he did cross, but doesn't mean they won't send him back and make it a dead play. Everybody goes back. Because technically when they called the balk, that is when the play was ruled dead. The runner was already going back to first and was in plenty of time. So it would just be the scenario ran back. But at the same time, I don't even know how you possibly rule this an interesting game of baseball. We expected it, but I don't know if we expected so many intricacies this early on. And oh, by the way, we still have the bottom of the 6th and forward from last night to play today. I don't know what's more obscure, this or the decision to call off the rest of the St. V's game. And they will send him back. 2-0. Erase the run. Runners back at the corners. And a whole lot of confusion. In between innings, we will look to see if we could get confirmation on what the decision was. But either way, we will now see Husted back in. A sacrifice his last time up. And Fisk, he will take a look and get back on the mound. But given what happened last time, I think it is best that he focuses on the batter. Get the out at the plate. Hit left side. Reese will bobble it over at third, and everybody is safe. This time the run will score. 3-0 Carrollton. A hard hit ball over to the left side, but 2 runners on now for the Warriors, and a very similar game script to what we saw yesterday evening at the Field of Dreams. But Carrollton, in some odd fashion, finally gets the run, and now we see Broadwater step in. Broadwater, definitely a very happy pitcher right now for the Warriors as he sees a first pitch ball, and as well, he has 2 more insurance runs awaiting him on the base path. The lefty looking to drive in some runs. Fisk sets and fires, fouled away. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. For Alliance in the next frame, it will be Davis, Fisk, and Reese due up. But Alliance definitely having some pressure to put at least 1 run on the board. 1 ball, 1 strike, the count. Fisk looking to make it a pitcher's count. He will fire it in, hit right side, scooped up at second by Iki, and the play at 1 is in time, retiring the side. But not before Carrollton gets scrappy and scores another run. 3-0 your score in the middle of the 4th inning. Alliance looking for an offensive outburst when we return. This is OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. Bo Davis and the Aviators looking for a spark as we enter the bottom of the 4th inning. 3-0 Carrollton, your score. The Warriors able to push a run across courtesy of an error over at third. First pitch to Davis is a strike, 0-1 the count. Bo Davis so far a walk to his name in the contest. But this is a prime opportunity for the Aviators to show Carrollton what they can do. Looking back to last season, 9-1 in conference play, their only blemish was a loss to Carrollton. Not even to the defending state champs in West Branch. Here's the 1-1, and it will miss upstairs, 2-1. But it's always interesting to look back at last season. Alliance 9-1 conference champs, a great job in the ABC. But then there's West Branch, the team in the conference that won their division title. And you could say that run was very difficult for West Branch. I mean, you look at some of the teams they had to play to get there. Even in the finals, you had Baden, who was a very, very good team. That run by the Warriors was one of the best that we've seen in recent memory. It would have been the story of the year if it wasn't for all that had happened with Twinsburg. But Twinsburg unable to win in the state finals last year. That was just a wild chain of events, a season played in the honor of their late coach. And it's a second walk on the afternoon for Davis. Yet again, the count goes full, and Davis is aboard with a leadoff walk. Now Valentino Fisk steps in for the Aviators, a chance to move Davis along. And we've seen a lot of small ball today from Alliance, but given the way that Fisk swings the bat, I would be surprised to see it here. First pitch is in the zone. 0-1 the count. Wow. I'll leave it there. Here's the 0-1. 1-1 now the count. But we've seen both pitchers live in the bottom of the zone. If the calls are being given, by all means, attack down low. You have to attack wherever the zone is. Now 1-2 the count. Broadwater throwing an excellent game so far quietly for Carrollton. Very much a contact pitcher. Only one strikeout, and it was looking to Reese, who's in the on-deck circle. But a great game so far, and now he has his second strikeout on the afternoon, this time swinging, and it is out number 1. His other strikeout victim, Lincoln Reese, now steps in. Reese still has Davis at first base. A chance to move him along. Alliance, they don't need everything this inning. They have become notorious for late game comebacks. Just something to start it here would definitely help. Reese pops it, and it is fouled at short. And it will be a very uncharacteristic and very unorthodox fielder's choice for out number 2. It feels like he bobbled it, chose to keep Reese on the base path, and send Davis back. But Bo Davis, he did nothing wrong there. There's nothing else he possibly could have done. An unorthodox play by Husted, but an out is an out. First pitch is a ball to Iki off the plate, 1-0 the count. I would be surprised by that play, but given just everything that has happened in this contest, I don't think anything would surprise me anymore. 1-1 the count on Iki as Broadwater once again wins in the lower part of the zone. I've said it many times, both pitchers, they have done an excellent job hitting their spots down low. Here's the 1-1. Instead, it's a throwback 2-1. And the play is not in time. Reese back in safely. Count remains 1-1. And it is upstairs on Iki. A little bit eager to cut there, but able to hold back in the end. Now 2 balls, 1 strike. After Charlie Iki, it will go to Ben Craig. The pitch. Fouled behind. Good contact from Iki, but in the wrong direction. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count. As for Carrollton next frame, Allison, James, and Hahn will look to keep their scoring ways going. A chance for Broadwater to get out of the inning. No damage. Another foul tip from Iki. A good battle by the sophomore second baseman in the box so far. Looking at Alliance, their next game will be on Monday on the road at St. Thomas Aquinas. Then they will have a home away tilt against West Branch. Hit right side, and it will get through. It's a 2-out single to the right side for Charlie Iki. 2 ducks on the pond, and up steps Ben Craig. A great cut by Iki. A couple of good foul balls. He finally was able to find his spot. And I believe, for the most part today, the Aviators have had the most success when they have a few foul tips and then get their base hit. I believe Brady White in his second at-bat had that same exact scenario happen. In the meantime, James, he will go and talk to Broadwater on the mound. Our next broadcast will be on Monday over at the softball field, 5 p.m. first pitch as Alliance takes on United. Then Tuesday, we will be back here as West Branch comes on in to do battle with the Aviators. And on Wednesday, we will do the reverse and be in Beloit for that game. All 3, 5 p.m. first pitches. Craig, an opportunity to put the Aviators on the board. First pitch strike, a good offering from Broadwater. I mentioned it earlier on in the ball game. He was struggling to find first pitch strikes, but now he has really found his stride in that department. The 0-1, up and out, 1-1. A good take from Craig, who has been a good power hitter this year for the Aviators. He already has a double, but whenever he is able to barrel up a baseball, look out. He gets a good piece of that one, but it is foul. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Craig down to his final strike, looking to give the ball a ride. Looking at the way that this field is set up, left center field, a pretty good spot to hit. The pitch pops up right side, still in a tight spot, and the play is made, retiring the side. A good catch in right by McClelland. Alliance able to get 2 runners on, but no damage done. Carrollton controlling this contest. 3-0 your score through 4 on SmeeSports. Carrollton, a good afternoon so far, up 3-0 over the Alliance Aviators. It is the 3, 4, and 5 hitters due up for the Warriors, Allison, James, and Hahn. It is the first baseman, Hunter Allison, getting us underway in the top of the 5th as he will foul off the first pitch from Fisk. 0-1 the count. This is Carrollton's third go-around for this order. A pop out to first and a hit by a pitch to Allison's name thus far. And I say for this order because later on today, we will see a slightly different order as we resume last night's game. A big fly ball into center field, and for the 5th time today, Brady White has a putout, and this one is out number 1. Brady White has been tremendous in center field and in the batter's box. 2 for 2, 5 for 5 on putouts. Perfection from Brady White, and that is what you expect from him out in center. A dominant defender as well, a very good bat. First pitch from Fisk has James lunging. 0-1 the count. One of Fisk's best offerings on the afternoon. So now an 0-1 count. Fisk will fire. Popped up, and it will go out of play. Or no, it's caught instead. A great catch over at first by Fisk retires James for out number 2. A very tight play to make right by the fence. Obviously, given the camera angles, very tough to get to that corner, but an excellent snag from Valentino Fisk, one of his best plays of the year. 2 up, 2 down now, and it is a first pitch ball to Cooper Hahn. Hahn so far has reached on an error and flown out to Brady White in center. The 1-0 ground ball over to Davis at short, and he will boot it. With 2 down, Carrollton will have a runner aboard. A tough play from Davis. He had good range to get over there, but just an awkward hop off of his glove, and Carrollton has some life on the base path. Now we will see Jake Whitmore, the third baseman, step in. 2 flyouts to Brady White thus far for him. Whitmore looking to keep Carrollton's run of scoring at least 1 run per inning going. It is already on its 2nd inning of life. But down to their final out, Alliance looks to interrupt their streak here. 0-1 the count on Whitmore. Fisk, he will fire on the slide. Hit left side, plenty of depth. It might be playable. Craig gets there, and we'll see it go over the foul wall. 0-2. A powerful cut from Whitmore. I mean, he got a hold of that baseball, but just too much curve over to that left side, and he is down to his final strike. Fisk looking to get it here and help the Aviators cause for momentum. No balls, 2 strikes. Fisk slides, and it is low. A good take, and the runner will stay put at first. Hahn, it looked like he was ready to go, but took the read too late. A good job from Hendershot. He hustled to get the ball that was over to his left, kept it close enough. The runner doesn't advance. 1-2 the count. Fisk, he will fire. Now 2-2. The back pick will be not in time. A good idea from Hendershot. Fisk put down a good tag, but a good dive back by Hahn. So now the question is, does he break on the 2-2? He has been eager to go. It might not be a bad time for him to do so. He doesn't go, and we are full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. They say it just went inside. Whitmore's backing up out of the box definitely helped. But a big payoff pitch upcoming for both sides. Fisk, he needs this one here. Looking for his first strikeout, and it will hit Whitmore. A hard 90, and that will put 2 runners on with 2 down. Now Nevin Woods steps in. Nevin Woods so far in this game, a base hit and a stolen bag to his name. 2 ducks on the pond, 2 down, and Carrollton is back in business offensively. This is a big chance for them to really break this game open even more than it already is. First pitch is low, 1-0 the count. Fisk looking for a way out of the frame. depending on the action that Alliance will have in their bullpen and depending what they want to do to complete the second game, this might be it for Fisk. Hit over right side, and it will drop in. They will send the runner. The play at home is not in time. It's an RBI single for Nevin Woods, his second hit of the game, and Carrollton has another run. 4-0 the score. A good hit over to that right side, just dropped in perfectly in front of Burton, and that will put runners at the corners with 2 down. And we will have Hendershot call a play. But Carrollton controlling their destiny in game 2 technically, but in regards to completion, game 1. I don't even know if that is technically correct based on the way this quote-unquote doubleheader is working. 1-0 the count, and it will be a free bag for Woods, his second stolen bag of the contest. 2 runners in scoring position for Swearingen, and a prime opportunity to make it 6-0. Popped, and it will go foul. Hendershot just sees that one out. Did a good job getting over to the netting, but if it's out of play, it's out of play. You really can't make any more of an attempt on it than he did. But to his credit, he is still doing a nice job while on the fly adjusting to varsity baseball in one of the most difficult positions to do so. The 1-1 is sent into shallow left center. This could be trouble, and it is called off by Craig, and he will cut it off from White, retiring the side. But not before Carrollton finds a way to force across a run. Middle of 5 in Alliance. 4-0 Carrollton, your score on SmeeSports. Carrollton 4, Alliance 0, your score as we enter the home half of the 5th inning in game 1/game 2 of our doubleheader. Don't really know how we want to describe this one for those who are unaware of the situation. Yesterday, 8-7, bottom 6, 2 down. They called the game due to darkness. We will pick it up after this one, but technically this game will be the first one to be played to completion. So you could call this game 1, but in regards to start time, it is game 2. Either way, 0-1 the count on Hendershot as we are underway for the home half of the frame. And Cohen Hendershot quickly down in the count 0-2. Not many strikeouts in this game. Both of them coming from Broadwater. Been a lot of contact from both sides. Just misses off the plate there. 1-2 the count. It is Hendershot, Burton, and then Top due up this frame for the Aviators. Now 2-2 as Hendershot is backed out on that offering. But Hendershot, to his credit, he has had a solid game behind the dish. A couple of improvements to be made, but for the most part, he is playing some good baseball. And speaking of good baseball, it is Broadwater the snag right at the mound for out number 1. A laser sent right up the gut. Broadwater doesn't even flinch. That was an excellent snag on the bump. We'll watch it back. A quick set and boom. He hops for like a second. And this one's popped up and will go behind and out of play. 0-1 the count on Burton. But that was a loud out number 1 recorded by Broadwater. Looking at Burton's stat sheet so far in this contest, a ground out to his name in one trip to the plate. No balls, one strike on Burton. Broadwater sets and fires. Ground ball chopped to the left side. A good charge from Houston. And the throw is in time, courtesy of the stretch. 2 up, 2 down. An excellent stretch over at first by Allison, but an even better charge by Houston. Without that hustle, that play would not have been possible. We go back to the top of the order for Alliance, and it is Brady White stepping in. White 2 for 2 on the day, 2 singles, and 2 hard-hit balls up the gut. With 2 down, he will look to replicate his offensive success here. Alliance looking for a little bit of a spark, down by 4. And now time has been called again. It appears the chirping all the way around has continued. A lot of back and forth dialogue between sides in this contest. You can tell this is a rivalry game. But Brady White, we've talked about him so far, a bunch of putouts, 2 for 2 on the day, and a good opportunity to help him and help his Aviators get back on track. A good pitch from Broadwater, 1-1 the count. The pitch from Broadwater, and it is low. A good block behind the dish by James. For Carrollton next inning, it is 9-1 and 2 due up. But the Warriors right now in a very good spot. White backed out on that offering. 3-1 the count. And it is D'Angelo Fisk eagerly awaiting in the on-deck circle, a prime opportunity for him to help out the Aviators. Broadwater, he will fire. It is popped up left side, edge of the outfield grass, now carrying back into the infield, and Houston makes the catch, retiring the side. The Aviators go in order. 5 complete in A-Town. Carrollton 4, Alliance 0, your score. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter, as well as subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel down below as we make our push towards 3,000 subscribers. We look to reach that by the end of this month. If you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. We will step aside. Bo Davis now on the mound for the Aviators. The call to the bullpen has been made. 6th inning upcoming when we return. Bo Davis now pitching for the Aviators as we enter the top of the 6th inning. With this change being made, you would have to think that Davis will be the pitcher that Alliance sends in to complete the first game of this doubleheader after this one. But if Carrollton is able to get a couple of hits off of Davis, that might not be the case. But given the game script and given the scenario, odds are we will see Davis pitch not only in this game, but in the game that follows but precedes this one at the same time. It's tough to really explain. We'll get there after this game concludes, so when this one's over, do not tune out. We still have plenty of baseball left to play. 1-0 the count on Marshall as we are underway in the penultimate inning of our first game of 2. Davis ready to go, fires, now 2-0. Marshall, he has reached both times. He has stepped in the batter's box for Carrollton. A base hit and a hard 90 to his name. After Marshall, we go back to the top of the Carrollton order. Now 3-0. Davis still trying to move the ball up a little bit in the zone. But 3 good takes from Carrollton, and they are in a very good spot. Davis looking to play catch with Hendershot. Fires the 3-0, and it is low. Marshall, the third time he will reach first, and the third unique way. But Marshall, a base hit, a hit by a pitch, and a walk. Credit to him. He has been very creative in reaching. And now up steps Isaac Husted. The main play that he has made a sacrifice fly, and that was able to help put the Warriors on the board. Bunt shown to pull back, and going into second base, it is Marshall, and he is in there easily. It looked like he broke before the pitch. It was bobbled off to the right, but I would say he is credited with a stolen bag. Carrollton, they have their leadoff man in scoring position. 1-0 the count on Husted. Davis fires, and it is blocked. A good stop by Hendershot. 2-0 the count. Davis needs to be careful, does not want to send another man to the base path. But at the same time, if you give Carrollton too good of a pitch, it is not going to be a good result. Davis fires the 2-0, and it is in there. A good get right from the junior. 2-1 now the count. Davis needs to keep things rolling the way that pitch started to help him roll. Still a runner behind him at second base, eager to move. The pitch. Ground ball right side, and it will sneak past Hickey. They will send Marshall home. The play at the plate is not in time. And on the throw, Husted will take second. It's an RBI single for Isaac Husted. Make it 5-zip Carrollton. It looked like Hickey misread the ball on the ground. He committed to his right, but the ball, it stayed left. Same scenario. 1 run richer, though. Broadwater now steps in. A great game from him on the mound. There's a chance that he pitches in both games, depending on his pitch count. Davis will fire it in, and it is chopped foul. 0-1 the count. 3 groundouts today from Broadwater, but one of those, it was the middle one, brought home a run. And that was the second run of the ballgame following the sacrifice fly from Husted. 0-1 the count on the pitcher. Davis ready to go. Fires. And he will miss out of the zone. Count even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Carrollton looking to make their case to win the EBC this season. Early on still, but this will be a statement win for them. A good get right from Davis. It breaks in at the right time. Now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis where he wants to be in this at-bat, but still a long journey ahead to get out of this inning with no more damage. Davis is ready. The 1-2 skied into the outfield. White will charge for it, but finally it is called off by the shortstop Fisk, and he makes the play for out number 1. In the meantime, that will complete our substitution. Fisk swaps with Davis. All that happens.
Now batting, number 27, Hunter Allison.
And now Hunter Allison steps in the box for Carrollton. A fly out to Brady White his last time up. He has reached 1 so far today, and that was a hit by a pitch in his second at-bat. Runner at second, 1 down in the top of the 6th inning for Carrollton as they lead this contest 5-0. And it's a first pitch strike from Davis, the first of the day from him. 0-1 the count. A good start to this at-bat from Davis, but Allison plenty of power in his swing. 1 good cut, and it will be 6-0. Davis ready to go, fires it in. Weakly chopped over to the left side. It's like a perfect bunt. but the throw from Davis over to Fisk is in time for out number 2. A good adjustment made by Davis on the mound. Obviously, with that swing from Allison, he was thinking left center field, but still, it stays in the infield. Davis reads it as a bunt and is able to make the play, but now the 6th run of the game stands 90 feet away from scoring. He's had plenty of speed. We've seen that so far, and before the season in the PBR preview, one of the 2 traits listed for Carrollton was their speed. A good block by Hendershot behind the dish. 1-0 the count, and the freshman saves a run. Given as a 5-0 game, Carrollton is going to be very aggressive. If they think they have a shot to score from third, she said he will be given the green light. And Alliance, they have to be ready in case that does happen. Here's the 1-0. And it will die too quickly, 2-0. It's Landon James in the box looking for redemption after popping out to Fisk his last time up. 2 balls, no strikes on the Lake Erie baseball commit. Davis ready to go, delivers, and it is in there. 2-1 the count. Bo Davis needs to keep going with that pitch. The breaking ball has been his friend so far this inning. But at the same time, he needs to be careful. He loses control, and it will be a run. Instead, James, he finds the left center field gap. 6-0 Carrollton. White cuts it off. James, he will go to 2, and he is in with a head first slide. It's an RBI double for Landon James. Plenty of power, and the Warriors strike yet again. We talk about redemption. That is one heck of a way to find it.
26, Cooper Hahn.
And Cooper Hahn will now step in for Carrollton. He has reached a few times today. The only time he has not, he was one of the many flyout victims of Brady White. James in scoring position, 6-0 your score. Carrollton picking up where they left off yesterday. Davis looking to settle down the inning. And as a first pitch strike to Hahn, 0-1 the count. Davis right now just has to focus on the next batter, get out of the inning, put the runs behind him. I know that's difficult and easier said than done, but if there's anybody that can do it, it's Bo Davis. 1-1 now the count as Davis misses upstairs. But Bo Davis, after his senior year next year, he will have plenty of options to pick from in regards to where he will play collegiate baseball. The 1-1 popped left side and foul. Plenty of curve in the end, but a nice little hit. A good sound off of the bat. Not too much power behind it, but you give the pitch speed on top of the barrel just kind of tossed out there. Not bad contact. Count sits, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Davis, a chance to get out of the inning. The pitch. Foul. And based on the way that ball left the bat, I was hoping for the best, but that had a direct trajectory upstairs. Definitely grateful that ball had a little bit more carry than first met the eye. James, a solid lead over at second for Carrollton. 1 ball, 2 strikes, still the count. Davis fires. Chop left side, and it is foul again. A good battle by the designated hitter in the box. We've talked about these foul ball at-bats a lot of the time today. The next thing that follows after a few foul balls, a good hit. And if Carrollton can get their good hit, that would be the 3rd run of the inning. Same count, the pitch. Hit right through, and it is caught. What a catch! Valentino Fisk gets up there, and he will retire the side. We will watch that one back. I really couldn't see it from this angle, but from what I heard, an impressive snag. And I mean, he got it. It was a screamer right to him. A tough play to make, but he makes it in the end. Middle of 6 in A-Town. 6-0 Carrollton, your score. Alliance looking to bring back yesterday's rally around this time, and if they can, a new ball game would appear. The Warriors looking to settle things down when we return. 2, 3, and 4 due up in the bottom of the 6th for the Aviators. We are getting very close to the second game, and if you thought we had some confusing plays in this one, when we set the stage for that game, you will be even more confused. But focusing on this contest, Carrollton a lot more comfortable than the game that predated this one. 6-0 opposed to 8-7. Broadwater's first pitch of the inning will bounce on in. 1-0 the count on D'Lo. Fisk retired on a sac bunt his first time up, and his second time up, he flew out to center field where Swearigan was able to make the play. Now 2-0 as that pitch misses inside. Alliance, we have seen them make so many late game rallies. I mean, Exhibit A, St. Vincent, St. Mary. That game proved that they can make something happen out of absolutely nothing. Now 2-1 the count on Fisk. It is D'Lo and Valentino to up this frame with Bo Davis sandwiched in between. Here's the 2-1. Ground ball up the gut. A weird chop over to second, and the throw is in time. 1 up, 1 down as Woods records the putout.
Now batting number 1, Bo Davis.
And now Davis will step in. A pair of walks to his name in this contest as he will look to potentially give the ball a ride. He has the power. If anybody in this lineup were to hit a home run, it's either him or the man in the on-deck circle, Valentino Fisk. Broadwater ready to go. He will fire it in, and he misses off the plate. 1-0 the count. Patience is going to be big here for the Aviators, but at the same time, they need to be urgent down to their final 5 outs. Now 1-1 the count. A beautiful break by Broadwater. If this result holds, I would say pretty easily he would be our player of the game. The 1-1, and it will miss off the plate. 2-1 the count. Davis a quick at bat, and keep in mind, we are only about an hour and a half into this ball game, a relatively quick affair. Now 2-2 as Broadwater hits his spot perfectly. But Broadwater, a big thing about him, he gets set and he wastes pretty much no time. Set there, and he's ready to go. The 2-2, and it's strike 3 called at the letters for out number 2. Only the 3rd strikeout on the afternoon recorded for either side.
Valentino Fisk.
3rd strikeout on the day for Broadwater, none recorded by the Aviators. I don't understand how we have had this few strikeouts. I get contact pitching. I completely get that concept. It's just to see only 3 strikeouts combined, it feels like we are missing something here, but credit to the players. They're putting the ball in play and letting the opposing defense make plays. Swing and a miss, 1-1 the count. Fisk, he got an elevated fastball and missed underneath. Broadwater still wasting no time. He is ready to go. The pitch, it is in there. 1-2 the count. Broadwater humming. Can he get his 2nd strikeout in a row? Yes, he can. Broadwater, unfazed, swords the side. A great sequence by Carrollton. 2 strikeouts in a row, doubling the tally on the afternoon in the span of about 10 pitches. But I'll tell you what, Broadwater, wherever he commits, they will get an excellent pitcher. Time for the final inning of game number 1. And then it's time to confuse the heck out of you, ladies and gentlemen. For now, top of the 7th inning, a pretty clear-cut situation. 6-0 Carrollton on top when we return. Welcome back to Alliance High School for the 7th and final inning of Game 1 of our pseudo doubleheader. 6-0, Carrollton on top. Your score. First pitch off the frame is a ball from Bo Davis. 1-0 the count. After this inning, stay tuned as we will have the conclusion of yesterday's game. The scenario, 8-7 Carrollton on top. They will be at the sticks down to their final out in the bottom of the 6th. Ground ball left side, and it is a powerful lead-off single for Jake Whitmore. Whitmore, he had a home run yesterday, and he continues his good run of form against the Aviators with a lead-off base knock. And now we will see Nevin Woods, the second baseman, step in. 2 RBI singles in a row in consecutive at-bats for him. With a runner on, we will see if Carrollton is able to find at least one more run in this contest. Bunt shown, pulled back, and it will be a 1-0 count. And in the meantime, as it gets slightly darker here on the campus of Alliance High School, we will brighten up the field just a little bit. That should take care of it. 1-0 now the count. Davis ready to go. He will fire, and it is low. 2-0 the count. But a very interesting affair so far. Carrollton, they have dominated at the sticks. Alliance kept things close early on, but the offense, whenever they got close, it was Carrollton's defense stealing the show. Bunt fouled away. 2-1 the count. But Nevin Woods, a very good bat to have batting right now. We do not know where the Warriors are in the order from last night, so it'll be interesting to see who they send up with 2 down. But right now we focus on game number 1. The pitch from Davis, 2-1, popped right back to Davis, and he will make the play at 1 for out number 1. But that will advance the runner Whitmore. Put the third baseman in scoring position, and now up steps Swearingen. Swearingen so far, a walk, a stolen bag, a fly out, and a ground out to his name. But with a runner in scoring position, the Warriors looking to put the cherry on top of this contest. Davis is ready, and he will fire. Ground ball left side, Reese, he can't get it outstretched, and it will be a 1-out single. Put runners at the corners, and we will see Brandon Marshall step back in for the Warriors. Warriors will now send Marshall up to bat. A base hit, a hit by a pitch, and a walk. 3 unique ways to reach first base, and he will look for another one here. Realistically, given the first and third, the only new way that he could reach is a fielder's choice. But then again, now looking at his stat sheet and given what was said, that seems to be the likely outcome of this at-bat. For Alliance next inning to close it out, it will be Reese, Eakey, and Craig Dewup trying to get a few runs back. And then from there, who knows? Davis fires, and it is in there, 0-1 the count, and that will put 2 runners in scoring position for Carrollton. A good steal from Swearingen. Given the scenario, it was a pretty clear decision to take second base. He takes it with ease, and a base knock all of a sudden scores 2. Davis will fire it in, and it will miss low. 1-1 the count. And you can hear the dugout of Carrollton. A single is all we need. And that is pretty accurate given the massive lead over at second base as well as the good one at third. At the lighters, but in the zone, 1-2 the count. A good strike from Davis. He needs this one as well. This would be out number 2, a massive one to get at the plate. Bo ready to go, delivers, popped right side, and it will carry on out. A good survival swing from Marshall, and we will see what he can do. Same scenario, but with some contact in his back pocket. Once again, he has reached all 3 times today, and each time he has done it in a different way. Can he do it again? 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Davis fires, chopped up the gut. This could be trouble. They make the play at 1 for out number 2, but a run will score. It is a sacrifice from Marshall. 7-0 Carrollton, your score. A good sacrifice from Marshall. He does his job, and the Warriors have even more insurance, and they have a chance to match their offensive output from yesterday. The run that would match it stands 90 feet away as we go back to the top of the order with Isaac Husted. First pitch to Husted is in the zone. 0-1 the count. A good first delivery from Bo Davis. Swearingen, the man at third base for the visitors. Bo ready to go, fires it in, hit right side, and it is going to fall. Iki unable to bring it in, and it is 8-0 Carrollton. The throwback to 1 is not in time. The Warriors, they are able to match their offensive output from yesterday, and that is the second run of the frame. 5 runs in the final 2 innings for the Warriors. Their offense has really grown in the late stages of this ballgame. But a tough play for Iki. He did all he could with the dive, but still not enough to bring in the ball. A bunch of ground outs and a pop out to Broadwater's name, and that will put Husted in scoring position for the Warriors. Broadwater, he does have an RBI to his name in this contest, but even more than that, if things continue to go the way they are, he will get the win, and on top of that, he will also have a complete game shutout. But that remains yet to be seen, depending on how the Aviators balance and attack the final frame of this game, still knowing that they have a chance to split the series if they are able to score a few runs against Carrollton in the next segment. 1-1 the count. Davis ready to go. The pitch fouled away. Count now sits at 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 2 down, the Warriors down to their final strike in the top of the 7th. Plenty of insurance in hand. If Broadwater is able to reach, however, it will go to Hunter Allison. But Davis looking to win the battle here. Davis sets and fires. Chopped right side, and it is picked up by Fisk. He will take it himself, and the side is retired. But not before Carrollton adds on the finishing touches. 8-0 your score. Alliance 3 outs to work with when we return. This is OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. Carrollton 3 outs away from winning the first of 2 games against the Alliance Aviators, potentially today. We will talk about that when this game is done. But there is still a little bit of baseball left to go in this contest, as it will be Adam Burst stepping in for the Aviators. A pinch hit here for Lincoln Reese. Burst had plenty of power pregame. I believe he did have a home run during batting practice. Plenty of power in his swing. So far on the campaign, he is batting .500 with 1 RBI, but he is quickly down to the count 0-2. And as expected, Garrett Broadwater wasting no time between pitches. He is ready to be done. And that pitch is fouled away by Burse. A good cut, a good survival swing at that. Broadwater, his rhythm interrupted in the process. But Garrett Broadwater, he basically sets and instantaneously breaks for the plate. That has been a big reason why he has been able to mow through the Aviator order. Burse hits it up the middle, picked up at second, and the high throw is in time to first. 1 up, 1 down, and the putout is recorded by Woods, who has had a tremendous afternoon for the Warriors. With the lead off man retired, now up steps Charlie Ike. Ike entering play today, 4 RBIs with 2 extra base hits on the afternoon. He has a pair of singles, 2 for 2 on the day. A good afternoon offensively. He looks to make it 3 for 3 here, and he will see a first pitch ball from Broadwater. 1-0 the count. And time will be called. Throwing off Broadwater has to be one of the main priorities of the Aviators right now. The reason why, once again, that Carrollton has been so dominant defensively, Broadwater's rhythm. He gives the batter really no time to readjust in the box. The mistakes that are made on the first swing, they're made throughout the entire at-bat. All of your corrections have to either happen, A, mentally on the fly, or B, in the on-deck circle before you even step in the box. 3-0 the count to Ike, as he, as of right now, has broken through Broadwater. But it's a good get right from Garrett. Make it 3-1. Exactly what was needed there. And now 3-2 as Ike fouls that one away. Count full after a 3-0 start in favor of Ike. Broadwater, a great battle back in. Can he get out number 2? The payoff. Fouled away. A good survival cut from Ike, and he will see the payoff once more. Reminder, stay tuned after the final out of this game is recorded. We will flip back to yesterday. 8-7 your score. Bottom 6, 2 outs. The payoff hit left field line, and it will go foul. Ike, he had the hit. He had it all perfectly down, but just way too much curve in the end. That has been the story of today for the Aviators. A lot of their best contact, it goes foul. So count remains full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. A chance for Ike to straighten one out and get on the base path with 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. The payoff. And it is low. A 1-out walk for Charlie Ike. We've talked about this a few times. I would expect to see Bo Davis pitch for the Aviators in the top of the 7th, or excuse me, the bottom of the 6th next time out. And for Broadwater to try and come in and get the save in the top of the 7th. Pinch hitter in for the Aviators. It's a first pitch strike to him, and it is Cam Jones in place of Ben Craig. Jones so far on the year batting .301, stolen back to his name. But he is quickly down in the count 0-2. Broadwater wasting no time, looking to get to the final out. Garrett sets and fires. Hit left side, and once again it goes foul. It's like the ball has a magnet to foul territory down that left field line. Every time a good hit ball goes over down that left field line, it goes foul. Very unfortunate from the Aviators. Good contact, just luck not on their side. And that offering is low from Broadwater. 1 ball, 2 strikes. A good get right for Jones in the box, a good take, but his task still very large. The 1-2. Fouled away. The battle continues. Once again, the Aviators, they will have a few days off to work through things before heading out over to Louisville to take on St. Thomas Aquinas on Monday. Then they will have another big conference doubleheader between them and West Branch. 2-2 now the count. We will be broadcasting both days of that doubleheader. On Tuesday, the game is here, and on Wednesday, it is at West Branch. Here's the 2-2. cranked into left center field, and it is down in the gap. The first big hit of the game for the Aviators. Iki, he will go. Jones is in at second. He will go to third, and he will turn around. It's an RBI double. He will pump, and now he is caught in a rundown. And he buys the fake. He evades the tag, but no, they say he is out for out number 2. It's still an RBI double. Alliance is on the board, but Carrollton can sound their final countdown. And once again, we have more obscure plays tonight.
Now batting number 47, Cohen Hendershot.
The last line of offense with an 8-1 score line. It is Cohen Hendershot stepping in for the Aviators. 0 for 2 on the day. He has a flyout and a lineout to his name. Carrollton looking to seal the deal. Bases cleared, 2 down. 1-0 the count. Broadwater, he fires, and he will miss off the plate. Now 2 balls. But a very interesting finish to this game. Cam Jones, a massive hit for the Aviators. But it is popped up by Hendershot. Getting underneath it, it is Husted. Book it. Carrollton wins game number 1 by a final score of 8-1. A routine pop-up, Husted, another great play, and that will do it. Your player of the game for the first part of our day, it is Garrett Broadwater. 4 strikeouts, only 1 run allowed, and the reason why, a big swing of the bat into left center field. And now it's time to do some housekeeping here. We flip to the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 down, 8-7 your score. I believe the bases are empty for Carrollton. But this is uncharted territory. We flip back to yesterday's game. So technically here, Alliance, they would have a losing streak of 1 if they win this portion of it. Otherwise, you go back and it's a losing streak of 4. For Carrollton, they now officially sit with a record of 6-2. They could make it 7-2, but we still have some baseball left to play. We will reset the scoreboard in the meantime. I don't think we are going to really waste much time before we go and keep playing. But there we go. The scoreboard is accurate now to what the situation will be. Bottom 6, 2 down, 8-7 your score. This is going to be a very confusing time. Alliance just losing this game, but now they have to go back out on defense, and they will be down to their final 3 outs once again. But this time, if they are able to score 2 runs, they take the lead. 1 run ties it. A lot can happen here. A lot can go right, but a lot can go wrong for both sides. This is going to be the definition of by the smallest margins a team wins. This is the definition of a small sample size being thrust upon us. And we will see who Carrollton as well throws, because there's a chance that they make the call to the bullpen. Husted, he is warming up on the far side. He might come in to pitch. We do not have a full tally on Broadwater's pitch tally today. But it looks like Husted will be the man that will finish out our quote-unquote doubleheader. Alliance, they are ready to go and take the diamond. I think it will be Davis to pitch. Who's pitching? It'll be Cam Burton actually coming on for the Aviators. And looking at Carrollton, 110 pitches for Broadwater. I doubt we see him. There's a lot of moving parts to this. Once again, for those just joining us, this is game number 2. Carrollton, they won game 1 moments ago by a final of 8-1. But we continue. We go back to yesterday, a game called due to darkness. Plenty of light. We have at least a half hour to 45 minutes to get this game done. And the coaches will meet to decide who's up and what's the order here. A lot of moving pieces. The Aviators, they are back out on defense. Ladies and gentlemen, uncharted waters. We will step aside for the time being and be back on in a minute. This is OHSAA Baseball on SmeeSports. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to obscurity. Runner at second, 2 down, 0-1 count, and we are back to yesterday. So tomorrow, it looks like we will have game 2 of Alliance and Carrollton. We could talk about it that way, but for those just joining us, 8-1 the final of game number 1. Carrollton getting a massive win. And I would love to see how Max Preps is going to do this one. If Alliance wins, do they give them a win streak of 1, or is it just a losing streak of 1 because this win is actually yesterday? I feel like this is the Twilight Zone, or when you get into alternate realities, this is those kind of people's best friend. This is where you want to be. 0-1 the count, as it will be number 12, Landon McClellan in the box. Burton throws 2-1, and it is in time, and the side is retired in 1 pitch. Cam Burton, great efficiency, and we are done with the 6th inning. We couldn't have done that yesterday? Oh, man. What a sequence. Isaac Husted, he is still warming up. I assume he will be the call to the bullpen for the Warriors. But either way, top of the 7th inning upcoming. We are back to where we were about 5 minutes ago. Husted, he will make his way to the mound. Carrollton 8, Alliance 7 your score. This is Extra Baseball on SmeeSports. We are back to yesterday. Carrollton looking to complete the sweep of Alliance when we return. Back on from Bizarro World for the top of the 7th inning. This could be the final half inning of the game. It could not be. We could see a chicken come out on the field and complete the game. At this point, nothing would surprise me. 8-7 your score. And we are back to yesterday. Alliance will have the top of their order up here with White, Fisk, and Davis. For those just joining us, I am Nathan Smee on the call for you this evening live on SmeeSports. Game 1, your final 8-1 in favor of Carrollton. Now the Warriors look to complete the season/series sweep of the Aviators. Alliance, this is one they have to have if they want the conference. Looking over at West Branch and Marlington, the Dukes about to sweep the Warriors. An interesting chain of events there. We will see West Branch next week, so we will see how that affects things. First pitch, strike 2, Brady White, 0-1 the count. For Carrollton next inning, it's anyone's guess who's up to bat. But no balls, 1 strike. Husted, his first pitch, a good one. His second, he'll miss upstairs, 1-1 the count. And a stark contrast to the last game, the Aviator dugout, plenty loud. They need that energy to continue throughout the rest of this game if they want to come out with this win. Here's the 1-1. Lobbed in, but missing upstairs. 2-1 the count. And I would expect to see a whole host of small ball. Score update, top 7, 3-1 Marlington over West Branch, 2 down. Here is the 2-1, fouled away by Brady White. And I believe that game is at Marlington. And if that is the case, that should do it. It's at West Branch, so they'll go to the bottom of the 7th inning. The Warriors, they need a lot to go right there. Two very interesting games going on today that would really shake up the EBC landscape. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on Brady White. Husted looking for out number 1. Isaac sets and fires. Lobbed in, it's upstairs, and we are full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. An exciting finish to an exciting day of baseball. Carrollton looking to close this one out, and it starts here. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter of the top of the 7th. The payoff, it's upstairs. It's a leadoff walk for Brady White. And now up steps D'Angelo Fisk. No action in Carrollton's bullpen. There's no need for it. It is going to be, you play your cards and you deal with the consequences. That is how this game is going to go. And keep in mind, if Alliance made any subs yesterday, those players are not eligible to come back in, so they might not really have any room for any subs of any kind. First pitch to Fisk is in the zone on the bottom corner. 0-1 the count on D'Lo. A good first pitch. Houston looking to continue that. It's White over at first base, a solid lead. Houston, he will set and fire. It is low, count even, 1-1. After D'Angelo Fisk, it is Bo Davis in the on-deck circle. Not a bad spot for Alliance to be in given the situation. 1 ball, 1 strike. Houston, he fires. Ground ball right back to the pitcher. They get the out at 2. No, they don't. And the out at 1, not in time. They say the out at 2 is there, but I think he missed the base. It's a tough one. He will now stand at second base on the pass ball, but we will watch back the replay. I think he reestablished just at the end, and unfortunately missed the play. But it looked like he missed it, but either way, runner at second base, and Bo Davis steps in. A chance to tie it up. Can Bo give Alliance a tie ball game? First pitch strike right down the middle. A good offering from Husted. But given that could have been a double play, Alliance in a very good spot on the overthrow. The tying run standing at second base for Alliance. Husted fires the 0-1, and it is low. 1 ball, 1 strike on the breaker. After Bo Davis, it should be Valentino Fisk. And then from there, we will see if any changes were made. Here's the 1-1. And it is not there. 2-1 the count. 2 balls, 1 strike. Davis, a hitter's count. The pitch. And it is in there. 2-2 the count. Count even, 1 down in the top of the 7th. He said if he could strike out Davis, that would be massive for momentum. A big pitch upcoming. Husted, he will set. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Husted gets the K for out number 2. And Carrollton can once again sound the final countdown. Alliance, all they have left right now is a pair of Fisks. D'Lo at second. Valentino in the box. 180 feet separate Alliance from a tie ball game and a series sweep against Carrollton. 1-0 the count as the first pitch misses upstairs. If the order stays the same, it would be Lincoln Reese due up next. Here's the 1-0, and it will miss just off the plate. 1-1 now the count. We will see if Valentino gets on, if he will be pinch ran for. Count sits at 2 balls, no strikes. Husted fires, and it is in there, 2-1. Based on the body language, I don't think Valentino was thinking about swinging by any means. He was going to let that one go regardless. 2-1 the count. Husted 2 strikes away, from sealing a win. D'Lo the lead, and time has been called. Alliance, they cannot get picked off on the base path now. They have to be extremely careful with what they do. The 2-1, and it's in there. Valentino Fisk down to his final strike. The Aviators, can they make some magic happen? Backs against the wall, 2-2 counts. Husted trying to seal the deal. He will fire, fouled away. Valentino Fisk will see at least one more offering. A good survival cut from Val in the box, but it doesn't alleviate any pressure. If anything, it adds more. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Husted fires, lobs it in, and strike 3 is called. Carrollton sweeps Alliance, and they hang on to win game 1/game 2, 8-7. A big pitch from Husted, and it's the Carrollton Warriors taking 2 off the defending conference champs. 8-7 your final. Your player of the game. I feel like we have to go back looking to yesterday. Your overall player of the game is Broadwater, but Jake Whitmore, he had his first career Carrollton home run yesterday. We will give him his flowers and call him player of the game for this contest. Carrollton, they are fired up. 8-7 your final in game number 2/game number 1. Overall, 8-1 Carrollton and 8-7 Carrollton. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFist2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe here to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. We are looking to reach 3,000 subscribers by the end of this month. So, if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It costs nothing, and it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. But that will do it from Alliance High School. Carrollton wins the pair. We will see you next week looking at our schedule. 3 games for Alliance to open up the week. It's Alliance and United on Monday, Alliance West Branch Baseball on Tuesday, and once again on Wednesday, that time in Beloit. Going to Thursday, I think it is an open slot. Same with Friday. Next Saturday, we have our final 2 regular season games for Tri-C as they take on Bryan and Stratton. And we do have a final score update before we come off of here. 3-1, Marlington takes down West Branch. The conference, it's wide open. But next Saturday, 2 big games, I believe 12-2 at Tri-C. And then from there, it becomes, who knows, a lot of Holy Name baseball will be added on. We'll have a few more Alliance baseball games. But once May hits, I'll be back home in the Cleveland area. That will be our focus area, and that will be the same for summer. We will announce summer plans more formally when we get there. But I've been Nathan Smee saying so long from Alliance High School. Have a good night, everyone. And as well, enjoy the Easter festivities this weekend. Everybody stay safe. And we will see you back here on the SmeeSports YouTube channel on Monday across the way as Alliance takes on United.